Hello and welcome to Big Nostalgia with me, Vicky.
And I'm Phill.
This is a podcast which we talk about games from our childhood, specifically focusing on the Wii console at the moment. This week we're going to be looking at...
Mario Kart Wii!
Yahoo!
Like...
Da, 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 da. Had to do it.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was the biggest Mario Kart game until Mario Kart 8, but we can kind of go on to that later. But Mario Kart Wii is the last Mario game where they didn't number it, if that makes sense. Because it was the 6th Mario Kart game. And then they...
Yeah, they named it after the console, didn't they? Did they do any others that were named after the consoles?
So all of them up to that point had been, to a certain extent. Only Double Dash wasn't. So what was it? The games before were... Obviously you had Super Mario Kart, which was the first one, on the Super Nintendo. So you could kind of say that does.
Yeah.
You've got Mario Kart 64.
Yep.
You've got Mario Kart Super Circuit, which was Game Boy Advance. So that's kind of not... You've got Double Dash, which is on the GameCube, which isn't. Yep. And then you had Mario Kart DS, which was the one that came just before this one.
That's fair enough. So, Mario Kart 8, not being called Mario Kart Switch. I wonder why they went 8 rather than Switch.
Well, it started with Mario Kart 7 on 3DS being called Mario Kart 7. And I believe that was intended to be like a Lucky 7 thing. And at the time, they were like, no, this is the only Mario Kart we're numbering. And then when they made the next one, they're like, it's called Mario Kart 8. But
just like, you know that thing we said before? Don't listen to us.
But the thing is, like, apparently it was quite a... This isn't the game we're doing the trivia about, but this is just trivia I read whilst I was researching Mario Kart games. Yeah. Supposedly, it was quite a split in the development team about calling it Mario Kart 8. What ended up changing people's minds is, because obviously Mario Kart 8 is all the zero gravity stuff.
Yeah.
The 8 is obviously like a Mobius strip.
Yeah.
You know, where you go around one side, then you go around the other side. Mm-hmm. And that's what convinced people, was because then the 8 was relevant to the actual game.
And also, they stretched it out for the logo, didn't it? Is that why it's the 8 the way it is?
Yeah, well, because it kind of looks like one of the tracks in the game.
Yeah.
Which is just a Mobius strip.
Yeah.
So
it all links in. Well, it all links in because they made it link in.
Yeah. It's as if somebody designed it this way.
Amazing that a game being designed. What?
But anyway, we're not doing a Mario Kart 8 episode this week. We're doing a Mario Kart Wii episode. So Mario Kart Wii was released in 2008, April 2008, in all territories. It was just near the beginning of the month for Japan and the EU, and then it was the end of the month for Australia and North America.
Yeah.
The game was originally revealed the year before at E3 2007 by then President of Nintendo America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, and it was shown off alongside the Wii Wheel, which was like the big new thing for obviously the motion control version.
What were our feelings on that Wii Wheel? Because, like, I like the premise, and I suppose they have made that work. If you think of the Ring Fit.
Yeah.
For the Switch. And of course, like, you can have the controller, so you can put your controllers in the old style of controller if you're used to that sort of gaming, which personally I do quite a lot for the Switch. So maybe some of that got inspired by the wheel. I liked it, but again, and I got really used to using it, but it was very gimmicky.
So we'll go on to the Wii Wheel's development in a second, but... So were you just talking about circular controllers in general? What does Ring Fit have to do with it?
I was just talking about things that Nintendo have developed to hold their controllers.
Oh, I thought you were like...
gimmick.
This one's a circle. This one's a circle.
Oh, we like circles. No. I was trying to think that potentially...
Like the add-ons and stuff.
Yeah. The Wii started it. Was there many add-ons before the Wii? Because I suppose the motion control brought up that as a concept in itself, whereas before it had always been the controller, so that they hadn't had to worry about many add-ons if you don't count like vibration packs.
I was about to say that it depends what you consider like an add-on, because I don't think there was much that plugged into the GameCube controller, but there was like add-ons which allowed you to connect like a Game Boy Advance to the GameCube kind of thing. For the N64, obviously, you had stuff that went in the back, which included, like you said, the Rumble Pack. You had the memory card slot. You had, if you remember, for Pokemon Stadium, where you could put in the Game Boy Pokemon game into the thing, and it goes in the controller. And then you could play Game Boy Pokemon on the TV, which was like a massive thing at the time. Or use your team from like Pokemon Red in like Pokemon Stadium's like battle mode.
Which was, it was a really good link. I was thinking more, because of course the Wii controller was cordless.
Yeah.
It was the first controller that was cordless, wasn't it?
The first one, I'll say like, it was the first one like definitely made by Nintendo, definitely cordless, because I don't want to say like it was the first wireless controller for a Nintendo console, because somebody might be like, oh, but there was this third-party GameCube one that was wireless.
That only released in Japan.
Yeah. No, it was like the first mainstream Nintendo controller that was wireless, let's put it that way.
Because I'm just thinking, like, because it was, potentially the first one that was cordless, it brought out, and of course the whole motion control was a very big thing. That was a whole kind of selling point for the Wii. Then the fact that the wheel, because it actually affected gameplay. It wasn't just like, it didn't just make a controller rumble. You actually had to like, physically turn your hands. It kind of just promoted the whole
it was more
motion control.
More of like a gaming aid than anything else, because like without the Wii wheel you could still hold the controller on its side and rotate it, but you were just holding it as the controller.
It felt more like a driving wheel.
Yeah, and well, we can loop back round to its initial reveal and talk about the Wii wheel designs. They tested about 30 different Wii wheel designs before that final one.
Did they actually? It's a circle.
Well, no, you say that, but one of the things that they were looking at one point was because it's meant to be go-karting. That's
Yeah.
You might have the different karts and stuff now, but initially it was go-karts, and go-kart wheels aren't circles.
No, they're what?
They're like more
triangles?
like rectangular. They're like a bit more shaped.
And they have buttons on the side, don't they?
Yeah, well, it depends on the go-kart, I think.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that they were considering. But when they did like the testing with it and things like that, and there's certain stuff like obviously making sure that the controller has a hole in the end when you put the controller in, so that the infrared can still go through, so it can still actually pick up the motion control. And all these different things that were all part of the design. Could
you still wear your safety band when you had the controller in the circle?
Yeah, because there was like the circular hole at the back, wasn't there?
Because that's something else they would have had to consider, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can see how 30 might sound like a lot, but considering how many of those are probably like tiny variations of each other.
Big hole, small hole, no hole.
Yeah, and like this bit is this thick, this thick, this thick. It is that kind of iterative design. But basically they found that a simple circle was easiest. I think from like we've talked about obviously Wii Sports and stuff. From like a casual gaming standpoint, it's just very easy to understand when you look at it. But also, I guess you could, if you're being a bit more generous, say from a gaming point of view, it evokes kind of like rally games and like arcadey racing games where you do have like a steering wheel proper.
And I suppose if you're thinking about nationality as well, like that is a very universal, recognisable sort of shape for a driving, as you say, but from gamers, but like for driving in general. It's very, very recognisable.
Yeah, it's one of those
very simple.
It's like you were saying a few weeks ago in like the Pikmin episode with the whistle. It's like that universal design that kind of means something to everyone, just by looking at it. So anyway, at the time of its kind of announcement, the Mario Kart Wii logo was actually designed to look quite a bit like the Mario Kart DS logo, because that was the one that came just before, with kind of like speed lines coming out the word Wii and things like that, and it looks a bit more metallic. It was a while until it got its kind of final logo design, which obviously is like the more the final Mario Kart Wii design was kind of almost based on the wheel itself because it was that circular design.
Yeah.
And then you ended up with that circular Wii like logo on the back of the wheel, so it all kind of connected into each other, and the different designs fed into each other. I
suppose they wouldn't have been able to have that design until they discovered what shape and everything they were moving with. But it's good that it's a multi-million billion company, but the fact that they have it so interlinked, it just makes it even more easy to be recognisable. It feels like it should be simple stuff, but actually so many companies and so many games don't actually consider that sort of thing. But actually having the brand and like it all interlinking, it just it works. It feels like more of a package and all like very much like this is Nintendo.
Yeah, and also it's like obviously the Wii wheel ended up being packaged with most versions of the game, so it was like you could see the inspiration for the logo and the wheel and vice versa, and it all kind of. And even simple stuff like obviously a lot of the box arts and stuff had white backgrounds and stuff like that, and it was just the the trailers where it's like the floating Mario and Luigi with just the Wii wheels. You know, it all kind of feeds into each other.
Didn't that end up being at the start of the game?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and Princess Peach comes along and they're like bumping into each other, and it's all very kind of like, gives you, and because they're like sat on fresh air sort of thing rather than in their carts, and they've got it's like, this will be you'll feel this immersive sort of thing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, generally I think they incorporate it's a really good way of incorporating a car game or a kart game into a gaming console.
Yeah.
Really. They really use the motion controls very well.
But then, the whole intro video goes off the rails because Peach isn't wearing the strap and she just throws it through Mario's TV, and then the fun's over. They're not floating anymore. They're just angry.
And Luigi just kind of fails because Luigi does everything, really. Sorry, Luigi fans.
So,
sorry, not sorry.
So, early in development, there was a lot of ideas floating around before they even landed on kind of a lot of the stuff in the final game. You can find concept art online, which shows a few different designs for different courses and karts, just based on their art. Like originally there was going to be a kart based on like a Lakitu cloud. Mm-hmm. So it just shows like a lot of the different ideas that they were considering. Hideki Kono, who is Mario Kart series producer, wanted to call it Mario Kart X and have a focus on extreme sports. And this is something that you can actually see in the final game for its tracks, such as DK's Snowboard Cross, which has half pipes in it, and is meant to be more of like a snowboard track, and that's kind of evoking the the extreme sports vibe. And actually, Kono was wanting to go so far as to include BMX bikes. So
that would have been interesting.
But the idea is rejected by Shigeru Miyamoto. I mean, ironically, if you want to see like Mario characters on bikes, just the Olympic Games, we talked about the winter. We talked last week about the Winter Olympic Games, but play the Summer Olympic Games, and there is cycling. It's a big part of it. But like Shigeru Miyamoto was like, no. So that is when the focus switched from being BMX bikes to motorbikes instead, and that is when like the final name of the game was solidified as being Mario Kart Wii. So the problem they were having with motorbikes at first is that they originally just felt just too similar to the karts. Like when you were just playing the game, it felt like it looked different, but it didn't feel different. And that was until the idea was raised of wheelies.
Oh, okay.
So wheelies were added in part because to make the bikes different feeling to the karts, and the fact that the wheelies give you a little speed boost as well was just like this added little thing that separated the bikes from the karts.
I've got to admit, I did like the wheelies. It was always very satisfying. Like basically nose to nose with someone. You're coming up to your the end of your third lap, and all you do is a little kind of little shake. You're just like, way, and they're like in the car. You're like, no.
Yeah. Well, it's just a great thing when you're on like a long straight or something. Just be like, come on, yeah, let's go.
Keep going, go faster. Shake, shake, shake.
But another reason why the name Mario Kart X was rejected is that in Japan, Super Smash Bros. Brawl was under development. Well, it was called in Japan Super Smash Bros. X.
Oh, so yeah. Didn't want too many X's around there.
So it would have seemed like it was copying it.
Yeah.
So bikes weren't revealed in the initial reveal, but they were revealed later that year in a press conference instead. So characters. We got lots of characters in this game. In fact, this was the first Mario Kart game where they increased the number of racers from 8 to 12 in a race. So,
okay. Name those races?
Well, yeah, but first I should clarify, it's up from 8 to 12 karts, because in Double Dash, obviously it was 2 races to 1 car. So that was 16 races, but only 8 cars, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this was 12 car racing.
Yeah, and 12 singular races.
Yes. So there's like 24 or something. I can't count all those at a glance. What characters
24 characters?
Let me just... 25.
Okay. Right. Obviously, the dream team. So you got Mario,
yep.
Luigi,
yep.
Peach,
yep.
Daisy,
yep.
Toad, Bowser,
yep.
Yoshi,
yep.
Waluigi,
yep.
Wario,
yep.
Donkey Kong.
Yep.
That's 10. Was there Shy Guy?
Not in this one, no.
Oh, Baby Mario?
Baby Mario, yep.
Baby Peach?
Yep.
Baby Luigi?
Yep.
They never did a Baby Donkey Kong, did they? Because, of course, it was in the Yoshi series, but there was...
They didn't, and it's very disappointing, but there is one more baby.
There is one more baby. Baby Daisy?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, one of the skeleton bone scout.
Dry bones.
Dry bones.
Yep.
Skeletons, bones, skeletons.
Bones. Bone boy.
That's 15.
So you got Bowser, but you didn't get...
Bowser Jr.?
Yep.
Bowser Jr. Yeah, I felt like I didn't have enough baddies in there.
You got Donkey Kong, but you didn't get...
Oh, Diddy Kong?
Yep. And?
Diddy Kong?
You got Diddy Kong, Didier Kong, and Diddiest Kong.
The Dilly-lily-lidiest Kong. Hello, neighbour. Hi, Dillio. What's it? The Flander Kong. Anyway, right, that's 17. Another Donkey Kong. Not the baddie from Donkey Kong, was it?
No. It was another member of the Kong family.
The girl.
In Donkey Kong 64, he sold you the guns and stuff.
Oh, I can't remember him.
Funky Kong.
Funky Kong.
Yeah.
Right. I got 17. I'm quite happy. What were the last ones? So you had Funky Kong.
Koopa Trooper.
Yep.
Toadette.
Obviously.
Birdo.
I forgot the misses for the Yoshi and the Toad.
King Boo.
Yep.
Rosalina.
Yep. Oh yeah, because it's since Mario Galaxy, isn't it?
And we'll get if you've got Super Mario Galaxy as a save file, then you can unlock her straight away. Well, after 50 races.
Yeah.
The Mii's.
Oh, the Mii's.
For which there were 2 costumes, but technically that's only 1 character. Dry Bowser.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. Ah, not bad.
No, not bad. And
I'm frustrated I forgot the misses from Toad and Yoshi. Then, they're pretty consistent. And of course Rosalina, but I completely forgot, of course, about... I did like the way that you could unlock them. You didn't just get them all at once. It was an unlocking system, and it kind of like promoted you to do certain games, or like if you had the game like Rosalina, then it was just kind of like it. Remembered it was the start of all that kind of like interlinking games sort of thing before like amiibos.
So so Rosalina was the only one that got unlocked in this way. So every character had at least 2 methods to be unlocked. Some of them had 3. Yep. So all of them had their standard criteria, which was linked to progression in single player mode. Their racing criteria, which was just hit X number of races. And some of them had Wi-Fi criteria as well, where they would be unlocked after winning certain numbers of Wi-Fi races. So, for example, I'm not going to go through all of them because it's let's see how many
25 of them.
No, well, no. Only out of all of them, the only unlockables were Baby Luigi, Baby Daisy, Toadette, Dry Bones, Daisy, Birdo, Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., King Boo, Rosalina, Funky Kong, Dry Bowser, and both me outfits. So
only 13.
Yeah. So that's
only about
it's about half the roster, but you end up with, you still had a decent roster to start with.
So all the others were just available from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Collection.
So, for example, if you didn't have Super Mario Galaxy, to get Rosalina, you'd either need to get a rank 1 star or higher in all Mirror Cups, or you'd need to play 4,950 races.
Wow.
So if you didn't have Mario Galaxy, she was actually one of the last ones you probably unlock.
Yeah.
Whereas like other ones, like Dry Bones, is like win the 100cc Leaf Cup. Like that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think games since have been a bit more like randomized, in that like you just kind of unlock stuff as you go. None of it's particularly linked to anything in particular. But
do you think it's because people kept looking up how to unlock them? They said if it's randomized and you can't really look it up.
I think it's because they like, well maybe, but also possibly just like, I know Mario Kart 8 it's just like connected to the coins, and like every 10 coins or something you unlock something new, so you're constantly getting that stream of things.
Yeah, which is quite it kind of incites you to keep playing.
Yeah. Although I don't know if Mario Kart 8 has any actual unlockable characters. I think it might all be unlockable car parts. Anyway, Again, this isn't a Mario Kart 8 episode.
We swear.
So, items in the game. So, I'm not going to make you name all these. We won't be here all day. They're all pretty standard, is what I mean.
Yeah.
So, you got your mushroom, your triple mushroom, your golden mushroom, your fake item blocks, bananas, triple bananas, green shells, triple green shells, red shell, triple red shell, blue shell, star, lightning, bomb-omb, blooper, bullet bill. Those are all the standard ones.
Gotta love a bullet bill.
The items that were new for this game, though, were the Mega Mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
The Thundercloud was new to console Mario Kart games. It only ever appeared in the arcade Mario games. But the Thundercloud, if you remember, was the one that gave you the speed boost. But if you
then you'd have to hit into someone
and
to
pass
try and
it
get rid of it before it
made you
tiny.
Yeah. I like that one. It was a good risk versus reward one.
You're like, yeah, it's making me faster, but there's no one around.
Also, it activated like straight away, didn't it? Whenever you got it, so you couldn't just sit on it until you were close to someone.
Yeah, and you couldn't just hold it or whatever. It was just like, yeah, like a thunder would come in pretty fast.
So this is also the first one with the power block as well, with the the 3, 2, 1 spin.
Whew. Yeah, and then was it in carts or on the bike that you can if you shook it at the right time, sometimes you could
I think you spun, but you still maintained your momentum or something, so you could keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't slow you down.
I also have listed here all the different car parts, but I don't know if we're going to go through it because there is at least 6 for each size of car and bike. So that is about 36 plus parts.
I think we're okay. If you're interested, please just look it up.
Yeah, so just going to pick out specific ones. Like the Blue Falcon was in this game as a car part. Do you remember the Quacker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never used it, but it was quite cute.
Yeah, and there's a few that you'd recognise, like driving around in the Blooper. You've got like the Royal Racer, the Dolphin Dasher, Piranha Prowler, which was one of the big ones.
Yep.
The Wario bike was in this game as a rideable bike.
That was pretty cool.
So yeah, it was a good selection of karts and things. And like, if you are really interested, also on the Super Mario Wiki, they've got not just a list of all the different car parts, but all their stats as well. Because a bit later on this episode, I've got some stuff on competitive Mario Kart Wii, but you can pour through it and just do all the stats and stuff if you want to try and build yourself the perfect car or bike. So in terms of kind of its design, then this actually we've mentioned this for other games this season, and I think there might be some other games coming up that will get mentioned as well. But whilst this game on the Wii only ever ran at 480p. There was an HD port made for Chinese markets, as there was for Twilight Princess. Yeah. However, this game was never released because it was not cleared by the Chinese government for release. But there's never been a explicit reason why.
How weird.
Like, it got sent in for approval, and then everything just kind of went quiet.
Like,
and just...
were they all just playing it in their offices? Just like, we're not going to share this with anyone, we're just, like, playing.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think it's got any kind of controversial materials in it, would you?
No. And it's not anything... It's not like a third party. It's nothing untoward. Like, it's just standard Mario. Did any of the other Mario Karts get released in China and got past the board?
Oh,
because that'd be interesting.
It would have been like the same as this. It would have been under some other fake console name or something because of all the regulations. Like, I think Mario Kart 64 may have had a release. I think it was called like the IQ or something, was whatever the Chinese version of the N64 was. It was.
So if they released other ones, it's weird that they were really specific on this one. Like, you're not no Wii U for Mario.
But it wasn't even as if
Wii.
it was rejected. It just disappeared into like a black hole, basically. Just never
China.
to be heard from again.
Bum. Until tonight.
I was going to say, we shouldn't say stuff like that. We'll have to... It'll end up getting released in China, like, the day after this episode goes up, and we'll have to be like, so, we need to correct the record on that previous episode.
Because Nintendo keeps messing with our timetable.
So the tracks that are in the game. So what track... When I say Mario Kart Wii, what tracks come to mind? That's the main theme of the game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about race tracks.
I thought that was race. Oh dear.
Also, was that I'm So Excited?
No. It wasn't. I was trying to think of the tunes. It was supposed to be the tune, like when you're deciding.
Oh.
And it's like
Yeah, I know.
I'm so excited. Now I've got that song stuck in my head.
I'm so excited. That's what they're singing about. That's why they're so excited in that song.
Because they're about to start playing Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just can't hide it.
Yeah. I'd say maybe the Toad Motorway one.
So Toad's Turnpike is not in this game.
Oh.
That's in Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart 8.
The music hasn't been very memorable for me then, I'm afraid.
We're talking about the tracks, not the music.
Oh. Are we talking about... Oh.
Race courses.
Oh, race courses. Okay. You got Luigi's Runway.
Luigi Circuit.
Yeah. You've got Bowser's Castle.
Bear in mind, I'm not expecting you to like name them all, just any ones that you particularly have fond memories of.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I liked those ones.
So if I said Moomoo Meadows.
That's fine.
Yeah, or Toad's Factory. The one that went... Oh, no, it was like...
That wasn't right. No, the Mall one.
Yeah, Coconut Mall.
Coconut Mall. I like playing that one.
Yeah.
Because there was like a little secret way through. And then you could go like to the very top of the jump out and then the bottom of the jump out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was interesting. Wasn't there a beach one as well?
So in the kind of the returning courses, you had Peach Beach, which was from the GameCube one. So to be fair, it would have been new to us because we never had Double Dash as kids.
Yeah, so...
Which is why we're not covering it in this season of the show, just to be clear.
Yeah. Only covering games that we played.
Yeah.
Then be the rules. But yeah, do you remember any Pacific circuits stand out for you?
I mean, I've also got the list here, but
yeah.
I would agree with that. I'd also say DK Snowboard Cross or DK Summit, as it's called in some regions.
The snow pipes
with
and stuff.
the half pipes and stuff was always cool.
That was really hard.
It was also really hard. There was like a specific path to not get weighed down in the snow.
Oh, this version of the Rainbow Road.
Really difficult.
Really difficult, like really annoying. There was that circle bit, wasn't there? And there's a gap in the middle.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
Thing is, it might be one of my favourite versions of Rainbow Road in this game.
Yeah.
Because it's so difficult, but that means when you get it just right, just the endorphins in your brain are just like, I'm doing it. This is amazing.
And I'm first, and it's on mirrors as well.
The music of it as well was really good for Rainbow Road in this one.
To be fair, I've always loved the music for every single Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
I think they're very memorable, and I do like the course. It always kind of stood out. Everyone knows the Rainbow Road from, well, if you know Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But it was always a absolute, what's it, when it came up and you're like, let's choose random course. Oh, wait. Oh, wasn't there Dry Desert one?
Yeah, Dry Ruins.
That one was interesting as well. Was that the one that had the sinkhole? Or, no, you went, yeah, there was a sinkhole in the temple.
Oh, good question. I think
and it got worse and worse and worse every single round.
Yes. Yeah, the sand's pouring in from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And every lap, the pile of sand is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Always found that one interesting.
Yes, that's a good shout.
I knew some. Played it enough times.
Grumble Volcano, I remember being a pain in the ass. Because that's the one where it started falling into the lava on the last course.
Oh, and so the first time around you're fine. Second time the floor's starting to rumble, and if you're near the back, it starts to fall down as you go round. And then the final one, there's big ass holes everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was annoying.
Cooper Cape, which was pipes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was about to ask you about pipe one. You kind of like go down the pipe into it, don't you? And if you're in the water, you go faster.
Yeah.
But there was those little electric things going through.
Yeah.
I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, no, I think this is a good lineup of courses, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Wario's Gold Mine as well, which has come back in Mario Kart 8.
Ah, boo. I don't know. Well, I liked it, but that one was a hard... I'd say that's harder than Rainbow... Well, just as hard as Rainbow Road. Because that was right. They always seem to catch me. Oh, when I'm jumping, or like when you're down and you've lost momentum, and I don't have fun. I have annoying memories from that one, but it was a good laugh. You'd be like, oh, this is going to be, oh.
So yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning to go through all of them, but we've pretty much done it now.
Actually.
So just go picking up the other ones. You've got Mushroom Gorge with all the bouncy mushrooms. Yep. Obviously Mario Circuit, which is pretty standard. Daisy Circuit, which is like the sunset one where you go around and there's a statue of Daisy and Luigi. You go around the lighthouse.
That one always made me think of Mario Sunshine sort of layout.
Yeah, I can see that. Maple Tree Way, where you're driving up the big tree.
Oh, yeah. That one's relatively annoying. Those giant caterpillars.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely that bit when you're going through and the giant caterpillars are there, and if you time it wrong, it just like messes you up quite. And there's quite a few big jumps.
A good soundtrack on that one, though.
Yes.
And the last one that we've not mentioned is Moonview Highway.
Is that the motorway one that I was thinking of? So
it's probably the motorway one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
That's in Mario Kart Wii. It's the one way because you are going across like a bridge and stuff.
Yeah, it was less motorway and more kind of like
road.
Maybe more road, city, and a bit of countryside, wasn't it? But it did have the annoying lorries.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a hill that you could like, if you jumped correctly, then. But it was right on the corner, so if you jumped it wrong, you'd end up in the water.
Yeah, there's like a thing of like cutting a corner and getting a jump in, but I think, yeah, you could mess that up. In terms of returning ones, we'll just briefly go over a few of these. Mario Raceway from the Nintendo 64 one was back.
Yep.
As was Sherbet Land, DK's Jungle Parkway, and Bowser's Castle. So all from the 64 one. Peach Gardens from the DS, which was like the one with like the courtyard, basically, you drove around.
Yeah, that was alright.
Waluigi Stadium, which was like the mud track.
Yep.
Oh, there's Shy Guy Beach as well. That's a different beach one. But that's one of the GBA ones.
But then I don't think I've been as familiar with that one.
Yeah. So I think the other ones are all like SNES, GBA, GameCube ones, which we probably wouldn't have known as well.
They chose quite good Nintendo 64 ones.
Yeah, I think it's a good spread of N64 ones.
Yeah.
I think this is still true. I think it's now there's only one N64 one that hasn't come back for a modern Mario Kart game.
Oh, okay.
It's
one
definitely
track?
Yeah, it was definitely true a few years ago. I don't know if it's still true. But well, bear in mind, like Mario Kart 8 has been out 8 years now, but then it's getting DLC, so you never know. But Wario Stadium from Mario Kart 64. I'm pretty sure that's still true. I'll just quickly check that. I think we may have even talked about it in our Mario Kart 64 episode a few years ago.
That does sound like something we would do.
Yeah, it has still not come back as a classic course.
I wonder why, because I always quite enjoyed that one for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, very strange, isn't it? And also there's battle courses. So I don't think we spent that much time doing battle. But Skyscraper was a returning one from 64 on this.
Yeah. To be fair, we quite enjoyed the battle from the Nintendo 64 version. I suppose it gave us more... We just had more opportunities to race.
Yeah.
We just preferred the racing.
Don't know why we didn't do this one as much, but yeah, this one had like... So the Wii stages were Block Plaza, Delfino Pier, Funky Stadium, Chain Chomp Roulette, and Thwomp Desert, but I don't remember them the best. I think we mostly raced.
I probably remember the most is the roulette one.
Yeah.
That's kind of stirring some...
Memories.
Push down memory.
Some suppressed memory. I don't want to gamble. Vicky, that's not what this course is about. So this was the first Mario Kart game to have ranked online play. So Mario Kart DS had online play, but this was the first one to have like a proper ranked mode where you like could go up and down.
Yeah.
This is the first Mario Kart game to feature more than one save file because they were all shown as driver's licenses. And you put a Mii as like the driver's license. These next two I think are quite cool little facts about the audio design. The voices for the Miis in the game, and they were recorded whilst the voice actors were playing the game to make it sound genuine.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They also, the sound of all the motorbikes is that quite a lot of staff at Nintendo rode to work in motorbikes. So they just went out to the parking lot and sampled everyone's bikes with audio equipment. So those are actual real motorbikes that were owned by staff, obviously just sampled and then used for the sound design.
Hey, use what's around you.
And also with that kind of that Mii integration that has been in a lot of the games on the Wii, the Miis from your system would appear dotted around various stages, either in the crowd, or if you remember Coconut Mall in particular, they were driving the cars that would like back out as you were trying to do that final bit.
They were, weren't they? It'd be like, oh, right, we're getting up to the last bit. Oh, Phil, you're in the way.
So, moving on to then some of the quirks, because there's quite a lot of quirks around this game. So, it's quite an interesting one. And as I kind of alluded to earlier, there is both a big custom track scene for this game, as in custom race courses being modded in, and there is also a real big competitive scene for this game. So, during, I think it was last year, was the biggest Mario Kart Wii tournament ever.
Oh, wow.
Because there's still that many people playing competitive Mario Kart Wii. Now, Nintendo shut down the servers a couple of years ago, because it's just what game companies do. When the new one comes out, you just kind of tend to shut down the old one. So a fan, username Weem, so Wiimm, made his own server, and that's what hosts all the online games now.
Oh, wow.
So there is, I think, from the modding, there is like hundreds of courses you can play. There is dedicated online servers hosted by fans, and there's still a really thriving competitive scene, which is just, I don't know why, but like this Mario Kart in particular, I guess, it was one of those things that did surprise me a little bit to read, because I have fond memories of this game, but I don't know whether I ever considered it like a good competitive Mario Kart, but then I never really see Mario Kart in that lens.
I suppose that we always, when we were playing it, we always played it with friends or family members. We were very much down with the local play, as we had it obviously in the house, and
yeah.
I think now that potentially, we're older, with the Switch, the online play is a lot more desirable, because that is a way that we can all play the same game together. It's not as easy as we were, when we all lived under the same roof, sort of thing. So, and also it's a lot more promoted, the online playing, whereas then it was still reasonably new concept.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we had the Nintendo 64, we played all of that. I know you couldn't play it online, but we were just used to playing that sort of style of gameplay.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, the general normal style of gameplay is to do it online with your mates.
Yeah. Ironically now, though, you can play Mario Kart 64 online through Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of cut content from this game that's been discovered over the years. So in the game's code, they found data for PT Piranha and Koopa Paratrooper. So that's the red Koopa with wings.
That'd be cool.
Because they were races in Double Dash.
Oh, okay.
So they were originally planned to be in this one as well. They also found code suggesting that Hammer Bros were planned as racers, but scrapped.
Oh.
Chain Chomps, which were like the Bullet Bill, but for Double Dash, because in Double Dash, like a Chain Chomp literally like dragged you along.
Okay.
They were found in the code, but went unused in the final game. And for your Miis, an unused Toad outfit was found for NPC Miis. So we're talking about Miis in the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
It would have been, you'd have looked at me and like, oh, there's Vicky, but she's got a toad head on her head.
What did she do to the toad?
And also there is data for a third Mii costume on top of the two that were already in the game, but there isn't much about it, so the assumption is it was scrapped quite early.
Oh, fair enough.
You can find demo tracks, so obviously tracks that are just in there to test the physics and the engine and stuff. But one of them is all the textures are corrupted, so it just, if you can find video of it, it just looks creepy as hell. Because everything is just like pixely and like staticky. You're just like driving through this hellscape.
I'm curious now.
We can look it up after this if you want. I can put a link in the description for people at home.
Who want to be creeped out by Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah. So a mission mode, similar to the one that was in Mario Kart DS, was found as planned for Mario Kart Wii, but it was scrapped in favour of Mario Kart Wii's tournament mode, which is something we've not touched on much. Because we never really played it, but tournament mode, do you know what I mean when I say Splatoon Splatfests?
No.
Like, Splatoon will have a weekend where it's like really arbitrary things. It's like, are you Team Salt or are you Team Pepper or some bollocks? And then there's like a tournament that weekend and whoever gets the most points wins. It's like it's just a way to encourage the online play. So tournament...
And does that mean you can only use salt or pepper on your food from then on?
Well, no one's coming around and placing you, but if you want...
Depends how seriously you take this.
It depends if you want to win.
I don't like pepper.
But Mario Kart Wii had a tournament mode, which was those live events over the course of the game's life. Some of them were like races, but other ones were like driving through hoops and stuff. And it all got put in like a worldwide leaderboard kind of thing.
Okay.
But obviously that got shut down years and years ago. But I think we may have just been too young to really engage with all the online stuff for the game.
Yeah. It was all pretty new.
Yeah.
And looking back, it's very interesting. But of course, for us at the age we were when we played it, all of this stuff was very new. I think we just played it how we played Nintendo 64. We didn't really explore too much out of our comfort zone, really.
Yeah. So if you were to hack the game to make races longer than 3 laps, it turns out Lakitu is programmed for it. So he can do like 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. But it's just it doesn't happen in the game. There are no race courses like Baby Park, which is 5 laps. No, Baby Park can make it 7 laps. Everything is 3 laps, so you wouldn't see it in normal gameplay. Also, Lakitu can be crushed by obstacles in this game.
That's funny.
So obviously if you're going the wrong way and he's doing like the, turn around thing, if you then went to where like a thwomp or something is, he'll get crushed by it the same as you. Which is something that you very rarely see in regular gameplay, so I thought that was quite funny. So a lot of the glitches in this game are all based on shortcuts for like speedrunning and stuff like that. However, the one glitch I do remember is that you're not supposed to be able to play as the same character as someone else in local play.
Okay.
But you can do it because if you select then deselect a character and then the other person selects and deselects the same character, then you go back and then you go forward, the game will put your character thing on the last character you selected.
Oh, okay.
And because you both selected the same character, you'll both be on the same character.
Oh, beaut.
I mean, I don't think that... Most of the time everyone's happy playing as different characters, but...
You know, if you really, really wanted, like, 4 Marios against each other.
Well, if you were being super duper competitive and you're like, no, we're going to have the exact same everything and see who wins.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
interestingly,
it's down to skill alone.
Well, we say that, but in Mario Kart Wii competitive, supposedly the best character is Funky Kong.
Really?
Yeah. Riding one of the large bikes, but I can't remember which one. So at tournaments, you will see the majority of competitors as Funky Kong.
Yeah.
So there was some marketing in the United States, so this we would never have seen. But supposedly there was a guy called Cowboy Jed. And the slogan for the game and all its advertising was "Get behind the wheel," and he supposedly was trying to sell go-karts to people.
Fair enough.
This is the only Mario Kart game where data cannot be transferred between consoles. So I hope you're holding on to that, Wii, otherwise you're going to have to start playing Mario Kart again. And also the last one, quite simply, is that whilst Peach is always playing in-game with her hair tied up, in that video we referenced earlier, her hair is down.
Yeah. How
did the game do? How did this game do? Well, this game is the second best-selling Wii game behind Wii Sports at 37.38 million copies sold as of the 31st of March 2021. This also makes it the best-selling Mario game on the Nintendo Wii. It is the second best-selling racing game of all time, behind Mario Kart 8 / Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't a game that came with the console, was it?
I think there might have been bundles after the fact, but it was the same when we did like our Wii Sports episode. We talked about how there's the game that is like packaged in like Wii Sports, and there is a game that is bundled in, but actually it probably costs you the same as buying the console and the game separately.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? And I think we did discuss last time how the bundles have become worse
over time. Launch
nothing is really included. Most of the time, it's a console plus, say, a minorly cheaper version of the game. Not really a good deal anymore. Anyway, this game, I enjoyed playing this game. I don't remember it as, overly amazing. Like, I wouldn't say that, like, it was my favourite Mario game of all time or Mario Karting game of all time. I really enjoyed the Mario Kart 64.
Yep.
I've got to admit, when I was talking about tracks as in music and you were talking about tracks as in car tracks, the music from the Nintendo 64 kept coming into my brain rather than the music from the Mario Kart Wii. So I'd say, yeah, that's more memorable for me. But it was a really good game to play as siblings, and like it was a really easy concept to get your head around. Very nice, simple shapes, right, with the circle and wheel, and it was one that you could literally just pick up. Like, you didn't need to know much about gaming or driving or anything really. You could literally just pick up. I think we even got mum and dad involved in it because it was such an easy concept. So pushing that whole, even your granny can play. This was a very good game to promote that.
So it's funny you should mention soundtrack. Well, first off, I should say that in kind of all my best-selling things, as of time of recording, it is the 14th best-selling game of all time.
Oh, okay. That's reasonably good.
And I'm the same as you. It's probably not my favourite Mario Kart game, but I actually, I fondly remember the soundtrack, and a Mario Kart Platinum soundtrack was released through Club Nintendo, which featured 43 songs from the game. We've kind of already touched on this, but some of the tracks I think are especially memorable, for me at least, is Coconut Mall, Toad Factory, the Rainbow Road in this game, and also, out of all of them, the credits theme, like the end credits, because they did the do 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 do. Hey, do 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 do. Yeah.
I wanted to see how long you were going to go for, but yeah, I do remember that.
You're like, let's put him out of his misery now. Also, just quickly on the soundtrack, it's completely digital. There was no live orchestras in Mario Kart until Mario Kart 8.
Oh, okay. In none of them before?
No.
Wow.
But then before, I think there'd been too much technical blockers before that.
Yeah.
Because it was only around this time that actually orchestrated soundtracks started becoming a real possibility in a lot of games without taking up far too much of their space.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're saying your reception seems to be matching what a lot of people thought at the time. It was a real Marmite of a game. So some people really loved it. Like I say, there's still a community that loves it to this day. Some can't stand it. It's really interesting because my opinion was, regardless of what I thought, was that everyone really liked this game. Some people just didn't like the motion control. Some people thought graphically it didn't look up to snuff for like a game that came out in 2008 because it's quite simple graphically. And some people just found that the items were unbalanced. But then I think that's like part of, Mario Kart at the end of the day is a bit of a party game. So a bit of it is that kind of random bullshit.
It's a bit of luck of the draw. I mean, the chances of you being in first and then being the one that gets hit by a bloody blue shell when no one in front of you before had been hit by a bloody blue shell. I mean, and that bullet bill, I mean, you're right at the end, you're 12, you're quite far behind. All you want is a bullet bill, you get a freaking golden mushroom, and you're on somewhere like the Wario gold mine. You're just like, I can't go to town on this. If I go to town, then I'm going to hit the corners too hard. I'm going to end up going off more. But you're just like, I need to kind of use it though, because I am that far behind. All I wanted was a bloody bullet bill.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, whilst this game was fun, I don't think there's ever really a reason I would play it over Mario Kart 8, which I think just does everything this game does, but better. Mm-hmm. It's got like a much better soundtrack. I think Mario Kart 8 does a much better job of translating the older games over, because we were talking about obviously a good choice of N64 type tracks, but a lot of them felt like straight copies. Like obviously it was in the style of Mario Kart Wii, but they didn't feel like they did anything with them. Whereas like the ones brought to Mario Kart 8 were like they had like the jazz soundtrack like the rest of it. They were properly redone graphically. They had little zero gravity sections added to some of them, especially some of the really old ones, which otherwise would have been flat. So I think the Mario Kart 8 is just, I don't know why I would play Mario Kart Wii instead. Now I've got that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough comment.
And the last bit before we start to close out is that, as people listening may know, there is more DLC coming to Mario Kart 8. There is 48 more tracks from old Mario Kart games.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's so it's
hopefully a Wario Stadium from the Nintendo 64.
Well, that you bring me well to my question. So the following tracks are from Mario Kart Wii are already in Mario Kart 8. Wario's Gold Mine, Moomoo Meadows, Grumble Volcano. Coconut Mall is already confirmed as being in the first DLC pack that's coming out, and that will be out by the time this episode goes out. You can pick from the Wii or pick from any of the old games. What tracks would you add into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as part of this DLC?
From Mario Kart Wii?
Or beyond, if you want to shout out some specifics.
I think from specifically Mario Kart Wii, the pipe one would be an interesting one.
Cooper Cape?
Yeah, because they already did it quite well in Mario Kart Wii, and it'd be interesting to do that with zero gravity. Or if they could integrate that in some way, like on the top of the pipe.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, of course, from F-Zero X.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where you can go on the top.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Right at the end, when you feel sick as you come up. Blah. Yeah, that'd be good. It would just be fun to play some of the Mario Kart 64 tracks. Updated, as you said, if Mario 8 is doing a better job in updating them and adding the zero gravity, it'd be just interesting to see what they would do with quite blocky, old tracks.
Yeah.
And of course, just because it hasn't been in anything else, Wario Stadium 64 would be that. It'd be good to break the trend and actually have that in a later game. But how many did you say are coming out? Like
48.
So I think we're going to have a nice variety of...
It's going to double the number in the game.
Oh, holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh, my. That's going to keep people entertained for quite a while.
You'd hope so.
So it'll just be interesting to see how well they translate some of the tracks over, that's all.
Yeah.
Is there any specific track that you'd like to see?
I like Toad Factory, because I think that's a fun one. Also, I'm a real sadist, so I would have the Wii Rainbow Road as well.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be fun though. But oh god.
So that was Mario Kart Wii for the Nintendo Wii.
Whee!
I hope you've enjoyed us running through this. Is a bit of a longer episode, but it's a Mario Kart game. What can you expect? Like, out of a lot of games, there's a lot of well-recorded history of these games as well. They've got a lot of tracks, a lot of characters, a lot of courses, and we've got a lot of opinions about it. So,
yes, we do, and you obviously like listening to them. So, yay!
Yeah, if you made it this far, you clearly enjoy listening to them, which is really
and
good.
we appreciate it.
Yeah. So next week on Big Nostalgia, the game we are covering is The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. So it's going to be our second Zelda game so far. Will we like it as much as Zelda Twilight Princess? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out.
Follow us on ABK Studios. Obviously, we're on YouTube, but also on Twitter. And please subscribe.
Yep, and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts. What's your favourite Mario Kart game?
What would you like to be seen coming up on those 40 plus tracks from Mario Kart 8? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. But until next week, we're gonna leave it there. So I've been Phil.
And I've been Vicky. Thank you very much for joining us.
Take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.